now, from the IBA at Winchester, engineering announcements for the radio and television trade.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to this week's engineering announcements from the IBA. Today, Central South, a new ITV regional news service now available from the main transmitters at Ridge Hill and Oxford. Independent local radio comes to Eastbourne and Hastings and Cambridge and Newmarket. In television transmitter news, maintenance work at existing stations and 2 new relays due in February, Western Mill in Plymouth and Bridgnorth in Shropshire. But first, ITV's newest regional news service, Central South.
Since the plans for Central South were finalised last July, teams of builders, architects, technicians and journalists have been working flat out to bring the region an up-to-the-minute local news service. It's broadcast 5 nights a week from the main studio in Abingdon near Oxford, supported by news centres in Swindon, Aylesbury and a new complex in Gloucester. The Abingdon Business Park houses one of the world's most advanced television news centres. The builders had to race against the clock to transform the shell of a building into a sophisticated television studio. More than 10 miles of cabling had to be laid down underneath the floor tiles, and the equipment tested, with much of it being used for the very first time.
One of the major new developments is the New Star computer. It's linked to a professional videocassette beta cart machine that selects the running order and finds the correct tapes. And if the producer wants to make some last-minute changes or insert a late news story, it's all taken care of automatically within seconds. The high degree of automation extends to the studio, with all cameras robotically activated from a control panel in the production gallery.
Computer techniques are also used for graphics, with an electronic stylus doing away with the conventional paper and pencil. The pictures are drawn in the normal way, but the results appear straight away on the screen. And the big advantage is that the artist can see immediately the effect of altering the layout. In Gloucester, Central's new home is in Gloucester Docks, with journalists covering local news stories in Herefordshire, Worcestershire and Gloucestershire. The Gloucester studio has its own videotape editing facilities. From here, the completed reports are played down the line to Abingdon. At the other end, they're re-recorded, ready for transmission.
And Central South is now on the air, with local news programmes broadcast each weekday from the main transmitters at Oxford and Ridge Hill, along with their dependent relays. Central's other transmitters aren't affected. Sutton Coldfield and the Wrekin continue with the West Midlands service, and Waltham with the East Midlands service. If you need advice on reception, do contact us. Our address and telephone number in a few minutes.
Independent local radio next,